Hello everyone, my name is Chin Guan Long and my number metric is A201116. The topic that I will present today is transition of green economy will not reduce job opportunities but will create more job opportunities for the society. So let me begin with a powerful number. 30,000. That is the number of green jobs that were available in Malaysia in 2023 as reported by My Future Jobs. 30,000. That's not a small number. It shows us that the green economy is not just a dream, but a growing reality. Yet, despite this, there are still many people, especially those working in traditional industries like oil and gas, who fear that the shift to a greener economy will take away their jobs. This fear is understandable, but the truth is, the green economy does not reduce job opportunities. In fact, it creates more. As members of the UKM Environment and Green Technology Club, it is crucial for us to understand this. Environmental issues are not only about saving the planet, they are also deeply connected to economic and social well-being. The topic of green jobs is especially important to us because we are the future workforce and we need to know where opportunities lie. If we understand this issue well, we can prepare ourselves and guide others, especially our peers, families, and the wider society. I speak to you today not just as a student, but as the president of this club. I have the privilege to take part in numerous environmental discussions and programs. And through these experiences, I have gained direct insight into the challenges and the promises of the green economy. I have spoken with professionals working in green sectors, and what I have learned is supported not just by ideas, but by real data, facts, and trends. That's why I feel confident to stand here and speak on this issue today. My central message is clear. The transition to a green economy will create more job opportunities, not fewer. Throughout this speech, I will cover three main points. First, we will look at the fear many people have about the job impact of the green economy. Second, we will examine how this transition is actually driving investment into new sectors. And finally, I will show you how all this is already opened up thousands of new jobs that benefit individuals, communities, and the country as a whole. So let us begin by looking at the problem. Fear. A lot of people, especially in industries that depend on fossil fuels, worry about what will happen to their jobs. This is a valid concern. For example, Petronas, Malaysia's national oil company, recently announced a workforce restructuring as part of its energy transition efforts. This is expected to impact up to 16,000 of its 53,000 employees. Meanwhile, in Australia, the Centre of Policy Development reports that 300,000 jobs could be lost by 2050 due to the transition to net zero carbon emissions. These are not just statistics, but they represent real people, families, and livelihoods. However, while we must acknowledge this fear, we must also look at the full picture. That leads us to the second point, investment. The transition to a green economy is not just about phasing out the old, it's about building the new. Take the National Energy Transition Roadmap, NETR, in Malaysia as an example. This roadmap aims to attract up to 1.3 trillion ringgit Malaysia in green investment by 2050. That's a huge amount of money being poured into new and emerging sectors such as green hydrogen, carbon capture and storage, and electric vehicle (EV) manufacturing. Additionally, regional developments such as the Johor-Singapore Special Economic Zone (SEZ) are helping to boost cross-border green initiative. The SEZ is designed to attract high-value investment, particularly in renewable energy and green industries. It is projected to become a central hub for green energy trade between Malaysia and Singapore. These are just two examples that show how the transition to a green economy is actively fueling growth and innovation. Now, what happens when we have large-scale investment? That's right, we create jobs. And this brings us to the third and most important point. The green economy is already opening up new job opportunities. According to the NETR, the green transition could generate up to 310,000 jobs by 2050 in Malaysia alone. That is a massive number of employment opportunities, especially in a time when many sectors are shrinking. Similarly, the Johor-Singapore SEZ is expected to create 20,000 skilled jobs within the first 5 years of its operation. These aren't just low-wage or temporary positions. These are skilled, long-term jobs in high-growth industries. The evidence is clear. When we invest in the green economy, we invest in people. We invest in futures. We invest in hope. So, what can we conclude from all of this? First, we recognize that fears about job losses are real, but they are not the full story. Second, we see that massive investments are already being made into green sectors in Malaysia and beyond. And third, we understand that these investments are leading to thousands of new jobs and economic opportunities. The green economy is not something to be afraid of. It is something to embrace. As students, as environmental advocates, and as future leaders, we need to take action. I call on all of you, especially the members of our club, to take this message to heart. Talk to your friends, your family, and your communities. Help them to understand that the green economy is not about losing jobs. It is about creating a better and more sustainable as well as more secure future for everyone. We must fight against the fear of chance and instead spread awareness of the facts, not myth. The facts tell us that the green economy brings growth, jobs, and opportunity. And this is not wishful thinking. It is backed by real data, real investment, and real results. Let's be part of the change. Let's lead the way. Let's support the transition to a green economy, not just for the planet, but for the people. Thank you so much.